Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram and Threads, has ignited controversy with sweeping changes to its moderation policies. The new guidelines allows users to accuse LGBTQ individuals of mental illness, shocking many who once viewed Meta as an ally. This dramatic shift starkly contrasts with the platform's 2021 ban of Donald Trump for inciting violence during the January 6 Capitol riots. Critics have called the move a dangerous rollback of protections for marginalized groups. Here's more on the about face by the social media giant.
Social media platforms bridge gaps and connect people worldwide. However, they also serve as tools for hate, misinformation, and abuse. And Meta's latest policy changes have raised significant concerns, especially among the LGBTQ+ community and human rights groups. This Tuesday, Meta updated its moderation guidelines for Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. The changes now allow accusations of mental illness against LGBTQ+ individuals, specifically regarding their gender identity or sexual orientation. If that wasn't enough, Meta's revamped guidelines will now also tolerate terms like weird, address women to be household objects, and black people as farm equipment. Of course, just like many other times, Meta justified this move and cited political and religious discourse around homosexuality and transgenderism.
So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
This adjustment has sparked outrage among advocacy groups, which accuse Meta of enabling hate speech.
Without these necessary hate speech and other policies, Meta is giving the green light for people to target LGBTQ people, women, immigrants, and other marginalized groups with violence, vitriol, and dehumanizing narratives. With these changes, Meta is continuing to normalize anti-LGBTQ hatred for profit at the expense of its users and true freedom of expression.
Meta's overhaul extends beyond LGBTQ+ issues. The company has also scrapped policies prohibiting insults based on race, ethnicity, national origin, disability, and gender identity.
I think that this is a bit politically motivated, but I also think that there has been a huge push worldwide for these changes to happen. The oversight board, for example, with Meta was an interesting experiment, and obviously, it's not going to continue in its current form, but there will be implications from it.
After the major policy reforms, CEO Mark Zuckerberg also announced a major shift in fact-checking. Zuckerberg explained Meta will replace its trusted organizational partners with a community-driven system similar to X's community notes.
First, we're going to get rid of fact-checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system.
Meta's current stand contrasts sharply with its previous policies. In 2021, the company suspended President-elect Donald Trump's accounts on Facebook and Instagram for 24 hours and then extended the ban for 2 years. This action followed posts he made during the US Capitol riots, which were deemed a severe violation of Meta's rules. But with the latest policy changes, similar posts may not likely see a ban on the account and would be corrected by community notes instead. These recent developments signal a U-turn in Meta's approach to moderation. Policies that once protected users from hate and abuse now appear relaxed. For example, while the former US president faced consequences for inciting unrest, today's changes suggest greater leniency towards harmful speech. But who doesn't want to be friends with the president? It seems like Zuckerberg is doing everything to join Trump's inner circle, even if it means more hate speech online. From meeting the president-elect at his Florida residence to the company donating $1 million for his second inauguration, the tech giant is doing everything to be in Trump's good books, including appointing hardcore Trump supporters to its board like UFC CEO Dana White. Meta's policy changes have profound implications for online discourse. By allowing targeted accusations and removing protective guidelines, the platform risks becoming a breeding ground for hate and misinformation. Once a champion of safeguarding speech, Meta now faces accusations of abandoning its responsibilities. And critics ask, how far will Zuckerberg go with his political agendas?
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.